Hi guys, alright, so today I'm going to be doing a Bridget Bardot inspired hair tutorial on my gorgeous friend Ashley here. This look is just super sexy, it's very bouncy, very voluminous, just some really fun curls. So, if you want to know how we got this look, then keep watching. Alright, so first thing, Ashley's hair is completely dry. She put a mousse in it before she dried it. Now she has really super naturally curly hair. But what I did is brushed it out with a big paddle brush to kind of get it loosened up a little bit before I start curling it. So what I'm gonna do first is take a setting spray. This is Redken Hot Sets, and spray this all over her head. Now you don't need a lot because this does have quite a bit of hold, and if you use too much, it can get a little clumpy and sticky. So after I spray that, I'm just gonna comb her hair all over. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and section her hair off just for a little bit more control. So I'm gonna part her off here. It really doesn't matter. And when I do my own head like this, I usually will just grab sections. I don't necessarily section it all off, but just for the purpose of this tutorial, I will be. All right, so what I'm gonna be using to secure the curls are these. They're called double prong clips. They also have them single prong. You can find them at Sally's. If you don't have these, you can use bobby pins, you know, whatever works. So what I'm gonna do is just grab a section of hair. I'm using a rat tail comb. On myself, I just use my fingers, okay? You just wanna grab a section no wider than your curling iron. So since I'm using an inch or an inch and a quarter, I'm gonna do about that wide of a section. And as far as width goes, you know, a couple inches. So I'm gonna take this section of hair, comb it out, take my curling iron, I start clamping it in the middle, flip the hair around, and then I slowly start adding hair into the curling iron. What I wanna do is put your hand underneath the base of the curling iron and release the curl and catch it in your hand. Roll it up to the scalp, take your clip, and secure the curl. So another thing to think about is the bigger sections of hair that you take, the looser, kind of bigger curls you're going to make. So it's just kind of personal preference. And steam is good, guys, by the way. I get asked that all the time. It's not burning. Well, I guess it could be burning. But normally when you see steam, it just means that your hair has plenty of moisture in it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a top section here, comb it out. I'm gonna go ahead and tease it a little bit at the root, not a lot. Curl this straight down. And the pattern I normally like to do in this top section is a brick lay pattern. So think, I mean, just how you would, you know, lay bricks or stack blocks or whatever. You kind of alternate levels. So I have one curl here, and then what I'm gonna go ahead and do is do two here. Now, like I said before, if you're doing this to yourself, you know, the sections don't have to be perfect. Since I'm doing it to someone else, I can make them look pretty good. And if you happen to drop the curl, if you don't catch it completely, all you have to do is wind it back up. And all I'm doing is rolling this straight down. And what this technique is doing is just helping to set the curl. So you hold the curl better than if you just, were curling your hair all over, and you help get more volume because your hair is cooling, lifted at the root. I'll go ahead and start at the front. I went ahead and straightened this front section. She has curly hair, so she gets really curly right around her hairline here. So I just took the flat iron to that. What I'm gonna do is take a section on top and I'm gonna roll it straight down. It's okay if her bangs fall because I'll hit those at the end. All right, so now for these bottom sections, I am going to do the same thing I've been doing. I was gonna roll them back, but I changed my mind. Tease a little bit at the root. I don't tease at the root of this top section because I don't want it to look like a rat's nest. When I get to this top section, I kind of like to go at a diagonal. I don't necessarily go straight down. So I'll just take a section of hair, same thing like I did everywhere, and instead, like I said, of rolling it straight down, I'll roll it kind of back. Okay, so I went ahead and got done barrel curling her whole head. Let me zoom in a little bit to show you here. Ooh, 360. Ooh, that was really close. Okay, so what I do, normally I don't like to have a super straight bang. I like to have a little bit of a curl in it to have it blend in with the rest of the hair. So I'm gonna take her bang, and I'm gonna kind of twist it, not a lot, just around, maybe once. Roll it up with a curling iron, not all the way, maybe half, and then let it go. And that gives you the little bit of a flip. Okay, so after you get the hair all rolled, you're gonna take a hairspray. This is one I talked about in my Current Loves video, the Joico Joimist Medium. I'm gonna spray this all over. And you just wanna let these curls set until they cool down. So when I do this to myself, I usually do it before I put on my makeup, and then when I get done with my makeup, I'll take out the prongs, or the curls. And any little baby hairs that fall, you can just hit those with a curling iron. Okay, so she's been cooling for about 15 minutes now. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is start taking down her curls. Now, if you are doing this yourself and you're using bobby pins, you wanna be careful because they can snag easy in the hair. And all you wanna do, if you're using these clips, is just release the clip and slowly let go of the curl. So I went ahead and took out all of the barrel curls. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and spray it one more time all over with your hairspray. And then I'm going to take my fingers and take each individual curl and just kind of pull them out. Now, if you're worried about your hair getting frizzy, some people's will tend to get frizzy when you start pulling on it. So you might have to just, you know, kind of make up for that with a pomade or something. But usually, if you run through the curl in the direction that it's kind of going, you won't necessarily get them super curly or super frizzy. So, for example, okay, here's a curl. All I'm doing is grabbing it and kind of twisting it as I pull. And you can see how that just loosens the curl, but doesn't get it, you know, crazy frizzy. So I'm gonna go ahead and just shake her hair out all over with my fingers. When I'm doing this myself, I usually just flip my head upside down. Same thing in the front. And when I'm doing this, I just like to take big sections of hair and kind of clump it all together when I'm pulling them out. Okay, so this is where we're at so far. Okay, we have a lot of volume, quite a bit of curl through here. You could definitely leave it like this. It will fall a little bit. This looks a lot kind of like my Texas Barbie hair tutorial that I did. This is really pretty. You could definitely keep it like this, but I am going to brush it out a little bit here to get rid of a bit of the curl. So I'm gonna take a big paddle brush after I've done that and go ahead and release some of the curls. After I went through and brushed it all, you can look around and see if there's any areas that you want to do any teasing to. So I'm going to take this top section here. Do a little bit at her crown. Now, doing the teasing before I curled helped a lot with giving her some volume, but I just want to do a little bit more because we want a really kind of bedhead sexy look. Right, Ash? Yeah. Just want to incorporate your bangs into it. Now I'm going to take a shine serum. This is Pureology. It's from the Anti-Fade Complex. It is called Shine Max. You only need a tiny bit. And this would be equivalent to BioSilk, Silk Therapy, etc. So there we go. Here, let's lean forward a little bit. There we go. Okay, so here we go. This is the finished do. I'm going to go ahead and spray it all over. Now, if you used a smaller curling iron than I did, you would have even tighter curls than this. If you used a bigger curling iron, you would have looser. Okay. Ooh,